Join us as we go on our walks around Scotland, visiting castles, rivers, waterfalls and much more, and capturing images from our walks on the way. And most importantly, making memories for ourselves. Hi folks, we're here out on another walk today and we're going to the Woods of Cree, which is just up that way. But first we're going to have a spot of lunch, so brought this with us, just run into a supermarket and bought some quick stuff. So we've got some chicken and crisps and ginger beer, and we're going to just have a wee munch away at this, and then we're going to head off up into the woods. So follow us on our walk and I'll see you soon. Enjoying that roll, David?
Mm-hmm.
What you got in it? Is that a Helen special?
It's chicken.
Wandering off as usual. Why can men never just eat? Why they got to wander around with a roll? They can never just sit and eat. If you have a picnic in the car, they get out the car and they stand outside the car. So, this is us here on the trail, and as you can see down there, the lovely waterfall, and I'm following David as usual, Diamond Dave. We're going to get some sort of photograph today, probably with the waterfall, and enjoy the walk while we're here out in nature. As you can see, Diamond Dave's already preparing. Climbing places he shouldn't be. Now, Woods of Cree is a nature reserve, and I believe that it's a very good place for spotting lots of different breeds of birds. And he returns. Now David, once you've finished pulling your breeks up, I'm going to ask you a question. Now, I'm not sure whether you'll give me the right answer, whether it'll be a made up answer or you'll just pretend you know what you're talking about. But if you just look up in that tree there, what is that?
It's like a growth on the tree, I can't remember. Some people cut them and carve them into wooden bowls and things like that. It's that specific tree that gets it.
Do you think that's a good answer, folks? Where's he off to now? I'm watching you. The faces he pulls. So, while David's doing that, I'm very impatient. I can't stand and watch. So I like to head off and explore, get ahead of him. So, plan is, head up that way and see what's up there. Someone's decided to follow me. So just climb those steps and this is where it brings you out to another waterfall. So heading along this path now and taking you away from the water. The noise of the waterfall is getting less and less. So I was standing here debating where to head and I heard this unusual whistle and I thought, what's that? It was a and I thought, oh, this is some unusual bird. Only to realise it was Diamond Dave whistling at me to tell me he was stopping further down to take another picture. So it wasn't a bird after all. Here we are, out in the fresh air, loving life today, enjoying being in the woods and being out and about, walking and getting some exercise. Well due after all the cold weather we've endured and had to stay indoors and do a bit of wintering. But now the weather's improving ever so slightly some days and allowing you to go back out and enjoy the areas round about and well, to get some good walks in, get some good exercise and some fresh air in your lungs. And that's exactly why we do this. Also, it allows David to do his hobby and do a bit of photography. And here we are at the top of another waterfall, I think. Oh yes, just over this way. Over 300 species of flowering plants have been recorded on the reserve. Some occur only in the ancient woodlands, which have unique soils enriched for centuries by falling leaves and rotting timber. When ancient woodlands are felled and the soils ploughed, these unique characters are lost along with the specialist plants and insects. Ground flora in any woodlands tells a lot about the soil type and the underlying rocks. As you walk around this trail, you should note how the ground flora suddenly changes from lush grass where bluebells occur in the spring and to areas like this which is dominated by bilberry.
Stop filming me.
You just keep getting in the way of my filming, that's what it is. Isn't the noise of the water just so magical? Personally, I could sit here all day with a flask of hot coffee and some snacks and just bring a book and enjoy the tranquility, the sounds of nature, especially water. Must be getting hot, the hat's off. Now, as I head off here to walk a bit further, I've given David an idea of a photo to take, whether it works out or not. If it does, we'll include it at the end of this vlog. So just let's have a look here and see what information they're providing. Birch, the second most abundant species in the wood. Oak, the most common tree in the wood. 2 species occur in Great Britain. Wych elm, a rare species in this wood. It's found mainly on small burns. Beech. In Great Britain, beech is the only native to southern England. It has been introduced further north and grows well in most parts of Scotland. And deer find the young seedlings unpalatable, and the seedlings survive well in the deep shade. Sitka spruce. This is an evergreen softwood species imported from the north and west coast of America. And ash, a native species preferring richer soils. It's confined to damp, nutrient-enriched flush areas within this wood. And then, last but not least, we have the rowan. Rowan is a small tree often considered to be a shrub, rarely exceeding 15 metres in height. It grows as understory species, and being light demanding, it develops into thin, wiry specimens within this wood and rarely flowers. So these are some of the types of trees that are around, and this is possibly one of the annual rings, an example of it. So while I'm standing here, I just realised that some people walked past while I was filming. I'm quite embarrassed now. It takes a bit of getting used to doing these kind of things. People must think, what the hell are they doing? But it's just for a bit of fun. So, but still, it'll take a bit of getting used to. This tree here, you see in front of me, in the past has been coppiced. I hope I've got that right. And this one here has also been coppiced, and that's why there's 5 trunks coming out of the one area. So this is what we were talking about previously, the coppiced woodland. And this tree here again is coppiced, meaning it has numerous stems arising from the root base. Just quickly wanted to point out that coppice management occurred in this wood from at least 1670 until 1920, and the wood was completely felled just after the First World War. Although the trees in the wood arise from that date, the root systems will be many hundreds of years old. Another little information board here. The Scrubland Trail. The Scrubland Trail passes through an area which would formerly have been grazed by cattle and sheep before it was planted with conifers in 1976. And here's one of the type of birds, which I'm not sure what that is. A tree pipit. Haven't seen any, probably wrong time of year. But these are the types of birds that you'll probably spot on this trail. Where the scrubbers hang out. Erratic boulder. Several large boulders such as this one are to be found scattered around the reserve. They were swept along with huge ice sheets which covered the land during the last ice age. As the ice pushed them along, the friction with both the ice and the ground smoothed the edges of the boulders, and when the ice melted some 10,000 years ago, these great boulders were left where they stand today. Have you broke your leg, David?
No, just enjoying the lovely views.
Look a bit awkward sitting there. That's better. Now you're doing your catalogue pose. Always got to swing your legs on a bench.
Pardon?
I said you've always got to swing your legs on a bench.
Okay.
I'm short enough to do it on this one. Precious! So nearly 700 species of moss occur in the British Isles, and about 100 of these have been recorded in this reserve so far. What breed of moss are you, David? Baldy moss?
I'm a like and subscribe moss.
Now this film doesn't do this waterfall justice. It's quite big. The camera doesn't seem to pick that up very well. And as you can see down there, Diamond Dale's arrived and is looking for the perfect spot to get a photograph. So I'm going to tackle down this rather steep, slippy path and hope to get there in one piece, and I'll join you at the bottom. Height of it and just the way the water cascades down it, the noise, and it's not been raining much this week, so this is it pretty calm. Magical. So that's us at the end of our walk now, and we've had a great time today exploring the Woods of Cree, and hopefully David have got some good photographs from the waterfalls today that we've explored. And if you enjoyed this video, just tune in again and give us a thumbs up so we know we're doing something good and might give us the encouragement to continue. So see you next time. Bye. Coppiced. This tree's a coppiced. So this tree here in front of me has been a coppiced. So this is what we were just talking about previously, the coppiced woodling. Now this film doesn't justify, do this just, start again.